What's up, everyone? How you guys doing? Week 3 of season 9 is just over. In time for a little bit of a review. Unfortunately, we went 1 to 2 because we messed up on a few things. Slight mistakes in certain rooms and stuff like that cost us at least a 2 and 1. And we look at it. All in all, it wasn't really a bad week. But, you know, just certain things happened. And yeah, we lost one round because of that. So, and we're also going to talk about the upcoming week 4, especially with Illuminati no longer required on offense, how that's going to change a lot of the landscape of Crucible moving forward. All right, so the reason why I need to talk about Illuminati is because, as mentioned, if you have been diligent with your CC attacks, you should have, most people will have been done with the Illuminati portion of their milestones. And they will be starting to have, and some people are considering putting the team on defense. Now, there are certain counters that have come up in the past, especially at the beginning of their reign when Captain Britain was first released. And of course, because people weren't putting them on defense, not usually for offense. But I think that one of the things that has changed recently is this portion of Captain Britain's kit. So Captain Britain has an added line to his passive, where his speed and the speed of Illuminati can only be reduced by slow. So for those of you who are keen-eyed, you may realize that this is very similar to Apocalypse passive, right? Where basically this is a part of the kit that negates Armor Frost. So while Apocalypse is for all allies, this is only for Illuminati. So for a full Illuminati team, would Armor not affect their speed? And so the reason why this is important is because a lot of people have been coming up with a certain Superior 6 with Vulture and Armor Com that was used to counter. You mean he also had to sack twice, if I'm not wrong. But yeah, people discovered that com during the tournament, the Envoy tournament, and people were using that for a little bit in the early days. But since this part of the kit has now been integrated into Captain Britain, so I think that it's going to affect a lot of the counters. So maybe Superior 6 might still work. People were talking about having Omen Logan on offense. That remains to be seen, because at the same time, Omen Logan doesn't get any speed gain from either getting hit or from assisting. So it's something that we have to look into because of the things going forward. Blame Doki there for that. I mean, they had to listen to the champions sometime. But you know what? I think that is good because it's a week of discovery for all of us. All right, so let's review the week. Like I said, not much has gone bad, but the one or two things that did kind of screwed me over. So offense, new warriors against this team, it does pretty well, especially if you change her to a skirmisher, Gwenpo to a skirmisher. While the room rules say that skirmisher primary target, but apparently it hits everyone. And yeah, somehow this happens, and you know what, we benefit from it. Room 2, this team, pretty common. I think people have started to shift this team to room 6, which will require a different, which means this counter won't be as effective. But for those who still see this in room 2, this is pretty good. This 700k punch up. I thought a lot about Mysterio, how Mysterio works a lot. I am also considering making a video talking about Black Knight, how I think that Scopely's design, both in his kit and also the game modes, has put Black Knight in an unfair positioning. And this is just me using a team that exposes that to the maximum. Right, so Mysterio kind of exposes that because of his clones, able to eat up his charges. Room 4 was kind of my mistake because as you may know, I did not use Cabal at all. Room 5 pretty standard, room 6 pretty standard, right? I thought to use Cabal, and then I was like, you know what, I'll just play around and not use Cabal at all. Yeah, but if I used Cabal from the very start, I would have won this, because I think even though he full cleared, I had 49,777 and he had 5160-ish. So I would have won on efficiency if I just went straight ahead and caballed this room. I did not, and so yeah, it is what it is. So yeah, just a small mistake. Okay, and as for defenses, you know, this cleared pretty well. So this shows that this team can actually clear pretty well. Cabal will always eat up this team. Room 3, you know, they're pretty lucky. They managed to get through, but as you can see, they also use Mysterio using my trick against me. So, you know, there is a valid reason to use Mysterio against them. Of course, the downside using Mysterio is that every time your clones get hit, it's gonna trigger Carnage. So that's why I use them here. That's why, I mean, but in the end, it didn't really affect much, although they lost quite a lot of health. Room 4, this was very close for him. Unfortunately, he still got the win. Room 5, you know, used Illuminaughty, and Room 6, you know, this team beats everything. All right, and then we look at round 2. Round 2, pretty simple. You know, we have SD, but in my opinion, SD on defense, as long as you don't have Noah, you don't have like someone like a Emma with MLF or a Dom with MLF, is gonna struggle quite a bit. Against like New Warriors eats it up very, very well. So it is what it is. And then room 2, I made a mistake. I forgot that this was room 2. He was gonna out first, wrecked my entire team, and so I just get it back out and come in again. Room 3 is a standard counter that we have all used. Room 4, Cabal works very well into here, obviously. Room 5, the Illuminati is, at least for me, has just been taking out Infinity Watch teams pretty much, because I hardly see any Super 6 on defense nowadays. And then you know, this team clears out room 6 very, very nicely. As for defense, you know, this beats it very handsomely. A very big punch down. This one, apparently Captain Britain was here. Pretty interesting choice, but a choice nonetheless. I can see why he put Captain Britain here. It's because of obviously Skrull and Noah. So yeah, but it's still a pretty interesting choice though. And room 3 was where he messed up. So what happened when I watched the replays was that Old Man Logan removing the charges of Black Knight actually made him go so fast because he gave the 100% speed bar for him to special. And then what happened was that the Panda Pool and Deadpool constant reviving actually was a downside because it kept giving speed bar to the team via Carnage passive. So effectively, Panda Pool and Deadpool became Gregs. Both of them became Gregs. So yeah, like it really was just like them taking like 10,000 turns before they could actually take a turn because of the way they kept reviving. So yeah, that was to my benefit. And then for room 4, you know, this beats it. Cabal with APOC, very, very nice. Room 5, you know, pretty standard. Room 6, pretty standard. So yeah, so apparently this team can beat, or at least my version. So I've not considered changing my defense yet, but yeah. And the last round, so the last round was just an efficiency battle. You know, we made the right moves, right? The right standard moves. This team can beat Alpha Flight in 4. Alpha Flight in 4 is generally a bad team because I mean, I understand why people put Alpha Flight in room 4 is because generally the counter to it is the Eternals, but the Eternals are what's this thing called? The problem with the Eternals is that they have ults. They rely on the ults and they can't ult. But at the same time, this team is also reliant on the ultimate. And if you don't have the ultimate from like him and he can't stun and then and everything, it doesn't really make a lot of sense. Like honestly, if I had a big Alpha Flight, I would put them in room 5 instead, because that will also mess up the Eternals comp because you can't get offense up. And then, you know, we did the right things here. But in the end, he was just more efficient because he had everything on offense. Yeah, so that was why I didn't count. But yeah. So yeah, in the end, you know, managed to take this out, and I totally forgot about people having Captain Britain. So yeah, I mean, it is what it is with 1 and 2. Not much I could have done, but it is still a 1 and 2 nonetheless. So yeah, I think that's about it. For my defenses, I've really not decided what I want to do yet. I still have not decided whether to take out Omen Logan, because for those of you who do not know, Omen Logan has been a consideration because Omen Logan's kit, he basically removes the charges, or he stops the chargeable enemy from getting charged until he takes a turn. And in this case it would be where's Omen Logan? And in this case it would be Shuri. So while he doesn't get any speed from the gains, he's able to prevent Shuri from getting charges, and that will enable the Superior 6 to gain stuff like speed up. So it is something that's still a work in progress. Like I said, the armor version is not going to work, so it's going to be something that people have to look into. So yeah, I think that is that for this week, or for this video. I think that going forward is going to be very, very interesting to see how the upcoming weeks play out, especially for me who do not have Captain Britain. So I'm, like my plans are going to be very, very different. I might have to go really, really light on defense, and just seen from the last round, me going very light on defense, constantly punching up is just gonna be a nightmare where at the content people do giving very, very big scores against me. But you know what? It is what it is. I'm always up for the challenge, and hopefully you guys are as well. But yeah, let's say end of this video. Let me know your thoughts on the Illuminati, how they will be changing the meta or the landscape of Crucible. And yeah, leave it down in the comments. Do also like, share, and subscribe to this video. And note that I stream live on Twitch, link in the description below. And I will see you guys in the next video. Until then, stay healthy, stay safe, be good to yourselves and the people around you. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.